Hello and welcome to this week's issue of Berean United. As you're receiving this video, we are just a few days before the beginning of 2017. It's hard to believe that we're already at January of 2017, isn't it? And as we begin a new year, it seems to me that it would be appropriate, in light of what's happening in our nation as well as in our own Baptist convention, that we focus the month of January on prayer. As you know, our executive board called Reverend Barry Whitworth to become our executive director-treasurer beginning February the 1st. And in January, we'll be inaugurating a new president for our country. It seems that January is a good month to focus in a very special way on prayer. One of the things that Barry is doing as he begins to transition to become our new director is he's taken a significant block of time in January for a time to get away and to pray and to seek the face of our Father. And it seems to me that it would be good for each of us to join with him in covenanting together to pray. Interestingly enough, our Southern Baptist Convention has called for us to consider taking the month of January as a season for prayer. In a recent issue of SBC Life, they had a rather long article talking about an SBC call to prayer, that we might pray, seek, and turn, that in all things we might pray, based on 2 Chronicles 7, verse 14, a verse that you know well, but let me remind you of its content. My people who are called by my name humble themselves, pray, and seek my face, and turn from their evil ways. Then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. One of the things that the Southern Baptist Convention has encouraged us to do in the month of January is to set aside an hour each week with a guided time for prayer. Take about 10 minutes for a focused kind of biblical challenge lesson on prayer, 20 minutes to discuss that content with a group of believers, maybe as a part of a Sunday school class or a home fellowship group, and then 30 minutes to pray. And they've suggested that we consider these kind of topics, that on January the 1st, we focus that hour on praying for ourselves and for our family, asking the Lord to make us a willing volunteer to be obedient and participate in God's kingdom activity during this coming year, and create a prayer list of friends and family that we all might pray for together. Then on January the 8th, focus on my community and friends, and pray for how you might engage the people in your neighborhood with the gospel of Jesus Christ. On January the 15th, pray for your church and the ministries that your church is engaged in. Pray for those that are providing leadership sacrificially week after week to provide for the ministry, both among the church family as well as the ministry that is extended out into the community around you. On January 22nd, pray for our country and the people of our country. The inauguration of a new president with all the new leadership that will bring. Also think about the tremendous diversity that we have in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and across the United States, and pray that we might be able to share the gospel with all those, regardless of their language or their culture or their tradition. And then the last Sunday of January, January the 29th, pray for our world and its people groups. I would encourage you to go to the imb.org website and look at places around the world where there are still hundreds and hundreds and indeed millions of people that have not yet had an opportunity to hear the fresh word of the love of God through our Lord Jesus Christ. I think January is a great month for us as the people of God to focus on prayer. Not just a couple minutes here and there, but a focus on particular themes and topics each Sunday of the month that would enable us to honor that prayer, call to prayer from 2 Chronicles 7:14, that we might in all things pray. Well, I pray that you had a wonderful Christmas celebration with friends and family. I pray that you've had some time to be refreshed and renewed. And I pray that as we enter this new year together, significant change is coming with a new president, with a new executive director-treasurer for our Baptist Convention, that we might begin 2017 with a renewed focus on prayer. Join me in taking the month of January with this kind of focus on prayer. God bless you. Thank you for joining us this week. Thank you for joining me each week over this past, since April. And I look forward to talking with you again next week. God bless, and Happy New Year.